Now for texturing the Coke can, okay, that will be a little bit more advanced, so we'll cover that in the next practical. Okay, but for now, I'm going to delve more into things like okay, other types of maps. Okay, like for example, if I close this for time being, okay, I choose another sphere. Okay, what I need to do is to, okay, in some real life example, when you have a shiny object, okay, I'm just going to go into this a bit, just delete this. Okay, usually when you have a shiny object, you usually see reflections of the other objects in the scene, right? So if I put them close together, now of course you can't see the reflections in the viewport. You have to click on render, okay, which is this deport here. Okay, render. Then you see the shininess and the high quality render. Okay, but of course you can't see the reflection for now because we don't have that enabled yet. Okay, to enable your reflection, what you need to do is to go back to the material. Okay, under your shader here, you can see the blend basic parameters. Okay, is shiny. Okay, it's quite shiny when you see the specular. Okay, what you need to do is to go into the maps level. Okay, and instead of putting a picture or things like this wood here, okay, what you need to do is to go into the reflection tab, okay, and insert a ray trace material. Okay, instead of picture, you input ray trace, and 3D Max will automatically create your reflection for you. Okay, just click on OK and go back up. Now I do not want the ball to be totally reflected, okay, or reflective, so we just put it down to maybe slightly 20%, 30% maybe. Right, and when you hit on render, okay, you can see, okay, I'll just zoom in a little bit here, render, okay, and you can see the reflection of this sphere, okay, in the ball. Okay, let's make more objects so that you can see. Cylinder, torus. Okay, I'll just do everything, and depending on the angle you're looking, okay, now you're looking at the perspective camera, render it. Now you can see, again, I'll just zoom in so that you can see a better view. Okay, and I render it, and you can see the reflection, okay, realistic reflection in the material itself, right? And that's how you begin to achieve more realistic materials, okay, with a material editor. Okay, if you want, you can make everything reflective by, okay, okay, by putting every materials, okay, let's say here, okay, to have their own reflectivity. Okay, reflection none. You can click on retrace. Okay, make sure it's not fully reflective so that it looks more realistic. You go back to the parent and change the color of the other objects. Right, so maybe put this to maybe brownish, purplish. Okay, and you can see when I hit render, all of them are reflective. Right, you can see, you can even see your cylinder in this sphere itself, and even the reflection of the cylinder of itself. Right, so it's multiple reflection, and it will take some time for 3D Max to render. Okay, once you have a bigger scene. Right, so for now, just play around with, okay, I suggest you play around with things like, okay, let's put a map here. Okay, under the diffuse, you play around with things like gradient. Okay, you click on OK, you can make your, okay, I'll just click show standard map. Okay, you can see the gradient here. You can change the type of mapping. Okay, you can see environment, you can change it to spherical, cylindrical, screen, right? Just change that to texture, explicit. Okay, you can change the gradient here. Okay, if you click on position, okay, you can actually change the gradient. Okay, maybe green and red, right? Okay, so whatever color you want, maybe it looks like the paddle pop ice cream. Okay, maybe this is red. Okay, so you can put things like this in your materials. What else can I do with this? You can actually tile it again, right? You can tile it to make it look like a candy. You can even change the rotation of it. You can even angle it to change it. Okay, you can change the angle of the rotation. Right, and it's actually limitless. You can actually go around creating things in, for example, the bump. Okay, this bump thing is very special. Here, let's say I want to add some texture to this. Okay, as opposed to just having everything the same texture, which is smooth, what you can do is to add an object, okay, or a map inside the bump, okay, under the bump. Okay, so this will actually make the object very rough. Right, so let's say I choose on noise. Okay, just click on noise, click OK, and you can see straight away, okay, that this material, okay, is very noisy. Okay, if you click on, okay, the noise size, you can actually change the noise size. You can make it high. Okay, if you make it lower, you can even make it even noisier. Okay, because the size of the noise, or the fractals in this case, need to be much smaller. Okay, so if you go back up, bump, okay, and if you click on render for the time being, okay, you can see that the texture is very rough. Okay, you can see that things are not reflecting the light as well, because it has the minor protrusions, okay, based on the map that you put. Okay, so if you want to bump it up to 100%, you can see the effect of it. Okay, you can see there. Okay, for now, I'll maybe want to put it, okay, I replace this material. For this one, okay, I'm not gonna make this. Okay, I'm gonna make this into my, okay, you can see that it's totally smooth now. Okay, what I can do is to make it very, okay, oops, change the wrong thing. Okay, very bumpy. You can see the effect of the bump. Right, so you see that this material editor is very powerful. Okay, so far we have not delved into pictures yet. Okay, but even without pictures, okay, you can see that you can assign a whole lot of colors. Okay, I'll make sure that I've selected the right color. Okay, like this wood here. Let's say I decided to have, okay, no color. I want to change to something else. Yeah, choose a marble. Okay, and then show map in viewport, have it tile, right, and Just like that, you have your own texture library. Okay, and that is how you texture simple objects, okay, in 3D Max.